Maybe I can play some board games over the next few days. That'd be cool.
Hey guys, Ben from Snowboard Gamer. Welcome to episode 46 of This Week in Board Games. In this weekly show, I show you all the games we played last week and do a spotlight on one of them, go over any interesting board game news, and show any new purchases. If you're new around here, none of my content is sponsored, which gives us the freedom to play whatever we want and give our unbiased opinion on that. I also do monthly board game giveaways, so if you like board games as much as me, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any content. If my face looks funny or I sound funny, it's because I had surgery 2 days ago and got all 4 of my wisdom teeth out. Many of you on Facebook and Instagram have been asking about some loopy video footage of me coming out of surgery. Don't worry, I have some of that. I'm gonna put that at the end of the video, so stick around for that footage. This week's spotlight is on a game called Werebeasts. We opened this and played this for the first time last week and really enjoyed it. It's for 3 to 10 players, ages 8 and up, and plays in 15 minutes. Werebeasts is a set collection game with secret identities. At the beginning of the game, you pick one additional beast in the number of players from the cardboard Werebeast tokens. For example, with 6 players, you would choose 7 Werebeasts. You then include all cards for each of those beasts. Each beast has 3 single cards and 1 double. These cards get shuffled and form the deck in the middle of the table. Add the Werechow cardboard token to the other Werebeasts tokens, shuffle them, and deal 1 in between each player. There will be 2 left over that are set aside. You secretly look at the tokens to your right and left. These are the 2 Werebeasts that will score you points at the end of the game, if you can last that long. The double cards score 2 points each. If you have Werechow as one of your goals, you will score 1 point for every 4 Werechow that you have at the end of the game. Each player is given 8 Werechow tokens to start, which are the currency of the game. On your turn, you flip over the top card of the Werebeast deck. You then sell it to the best bidder. You choose which offer to take. Players may offer any number of Werechow cards or a combination of both. Once you have decided which offer to take, you exchange the Werebeast card for the items the bidder offered. Cards are kept face up in front of you so everyone can see what cards you are collecting. Play continues clockwise around the table. On your turn, before flipping and selling a card, you also have the option of accusing one or multiple players of collecting a certain Werebeast. If you are correct on an accusation, the player that got busted turns the cardboard token matching the Werebeast over permanently for the whole table to see. You then either get all of their cards or all of their Werechow. Be careful with your accusations though, because if you get it wrong, then you are out of the game and the accused player gets either all of your cards or all of your Werechow. You want to collect enough of your goal cards to win, but not too many, otherwise it will be easy for other players to get you out. You can collect the wrong ones to throw players off, or collect a wide variety to make it harder for them to figure out what you are collecting. Play continues until there are either 2 players left or the Werebeast deck has been exhausted. Any players who are still in the game count their points and the player with the most points wins. Ian's joining me today. Thanks for coming on, Ian.
Of course.
So, initial impressions of Werebeasts, what did you think?
I really like the game. It's very fun. I can play it multiple times.
Yeah, the first night we played it, we did it, I think 4 times, right?
Yeah, I believe so. And then we played it again for like 5 times or something like that.
All right, so what are some of the positives? What do you like about Werebeasts?
Well, I like the fact that you can auction off cards and like there is some strategy to such a simple game where you don't want to like get all of one card. You want to get a whole bunch of different cards so people don't see, like they can't tell which card you have.
But you have that 50% knowledge about your 2 neighbors and then nothing about the rest of the table. It makes it interesting.
Yeah, definitely. And that's one thing that might be a little bad is that like you have to rely on like how the other player is playing, because if they start playing really badly and they're just bidding on the card that you both need, then it's pretty obvious that you both need that card.
Back to the positives, I really like the artwork in this game.
Yeah, I enjoy the artwork a lot, and I think the cards are pretty funny. Like the Were Nana, I think is pretty ridiculous.
He's like unzipping his banana peel.
Yeah.
It looks like a hoodie or something, but it's a banana peel. One more positive that I'm going to add is the secret identities genre of games has a ton of different ones between the Resistance, Secret Hitler.
And Werebeasts is very different.
Yeah, it's totally unique the way that they've implemented secret identities with a set collection game. When I first heard about this game, I was like, what? How is that going to work? You're trying to just collect certain cards, but it's secret what you're collecting. Yeah. And I think they did a really good job implementing it. It is much lighter than games like the Resistance or Secret Hitler.
Yeah.
Much lighter.
Yeah, you're not at each other's throats the entire time.
So who do you think this game is good for, Ian?
I think this is good for a lot of different people. People like that aren't super into board games, like I know it was one of the first games for a lot of people that we had over. We play a good amount of harder board games, and it's still very fun to play.
You could almost throw it in the party game genre, I would say.
Yeah, definitely.
15 minutes, really, it doesn't play much longer than 15 minutes. So you've played 6 and 10. What are the differences you saw between a lower player count, the 5 to 6 players, and then the max player count of 10?
Well, I definitely feel like 10 players is a little more chaotic, and then with 6 players, it's like there's not as high bidding because there's not as much werechow that you can get by getting other players out, so you can't just like bid a whole bunch of werechow.
Yeah, I feel like 6 players was a little bit more competitive than 10.
Yeah, definitely.
In 10 players, we played a game where Ian nailed 5 people in one round.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna accuse Brooke of having the werechow. I'm gonna go for Kinsey. I'm accusing Kinsey of having the werenana.
With 10 players, I feel like it started kind of slow because there's so much going on with 10 people, and then in 2 minutes you go from 10 players down to 2 players, and then the game's over.
Yeah,
it's kind of
definitely.
crazy. So negatives about the game. You already mentioned one about being stuck between players that maybe aren't very good, or you can get outed pretty quickly. Any others that you think of?
I mean, definitely the luck aspect is a little negative, but that's just part of the game.
One negative I would like to say is that sometimes the amount of stuff you get is reliant on the cards you draw. So if you're only drawing the single cards, you're not going to get as much stuff. You draw those doubles, they demand a much higher value at the bidding table. And I've been in games where you just keep drawing singles all the time, and then someone else just keeps drawing doubles, and so it's a lot easier for them to get a whole bunch of different cards and hide what they're collecting.
Definitely.
But to your point earlier about luck, the game is kind of about luck. It's not meant to be a deeply strategic game, so it works.
Yeah.
So all in all, would you say thumbs up, thumbs down?
I really like the game. I'd have to give it a thumbs up.
Me too. I really enjoyed Werebeasts. Thanks for coming on, Ian.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
That's that for the spotlight. I thought I would sit around and play a ton of board games this week while I was in recovery, but honestly, I just have been really lethargic, have not had the energy. I'm still recovering. This is kind of difficult to even shoot this video, so hopefully I make it through all of this. I have caught up on The Americans with Allison though. Do any of you watch that show? It's really good. Travis and Kinsey had some friends from the drumline over this week. Notice I said Travis and Kinsey. Kinsey starts 9th grade this year and has officially decided to join the drumline also. I see many years ahead of us of the drumline coming over here and playing board games at night. While the kids were over here, they played 2 games. The first one is Coup. Coup is for 2 to 6 players, ages 10 and up, and plays in 15 minutes. In Coup, each person influences 2 people on the high courts of the government. Those 2 people are represented by cards face down in front of you. There are 5 different characters in the game, and each character has its own unique ability. You're trying to collect coins to eventually launch a coup which can take out one of somebody's 2 influences. Last man standing wins. Here's the cool thing about this game. It's kind of like Werebeasts. When you initiate a challenge, whoever loses the challenge loses one of their influences. And once you've lost both of your influence, you're out of the game. So one of the characters, for example, is a duke. You can take 3 coins from the middle of the table if you have a duke. Well, everyone likes to take that action because 3 coins is pretty powerful. You only need 7 to launch a coup. Well, if you don't have a duke in front of you, you can still take 3 coins, but if someone calls you out on it and you don't have a duke, you lose one of your 2 influence. If someone calls you out on it and you actually do have a duke, you show the duke, they lose one of their influence, you shuffle that back into the middle and get dealt a new card. Coup is really fun. We love playing Coup, especially with the expansion. Brings it up to 10 and adds a team element to the game. Check out Coup. The next game that the drumline played is Werewords. This is by Bizier Games, which is the same company that published Werebeasts. This is basically 20 questions with hidden identities. One person is the mayor who knows the secret word. The majority of people are villagers who are trying to guess the word, and they're asking yes or no questions to the mayor. One person is the werewolf who knows what the secret word is. One person is the seer who knows what the secret word is also. The werewolf is trying to lead people astray so that they don't guess the word, and the seer is trying to lead people towards the word. You can't be too obvious though. If the villagers guess the word, then the werewolf gets one chance to guess who the seer is, and if he can identify the seer, then the werewolf wins. On the flip side, if the villagers don't guess the word, then they get to vote on who they think the werewolf is. And if they can nail the werewolf, then the villagers still win. So it's a really interesting twist on 20 questions and plays in literally 5 minutes. Every time we play this game, everyone says, let's play one more, let's play one more, let's play one more. You end up playing 2, 3, 4 games inevitably. It's kind of like Lay's potato chips. No one can play just one. Now for the news. A lot of companies nowadays are creating digital versions of board games to play on your phone, on iPad, on Steam, on the computer. And I generally shy away from those because I prefer sitting down at the table, looking people in the eye, and enjoying entertainment face to face. The social aspect of board games is one of the things that I really enjoy about them. Asmodee, one of the predominant publishing companies, announced that they are bringing the game Carcassonne, which won the Spiel des Jahres, the board game of the year in 2001. They're bringing this to the Nintendo Switch. This is an interesting move by Asmodee. It's the first of several titles that they're going to bring to the Switch. I think this is good for the industry because this is expanding the horizons of lots of video gamers into the board game realm, and maybe it'll bring some of them off of the screens and over to the table. So I think this is good news for the board game industry, and I'm excited to see what else they bring over to the Nintendo Switch. WizKids announced Betrayal at House on the Hill upgrade kit. It's a really fun game. We played it last Halloween, and I'm actually looking forward to this upgrade kit because the original components are famous for being terrible. The stat trackers slide all over the place. It has new double-sided character cards, and stat trackers look really cool, as well as some custom dice. So check that out in September of 2018. For my new purchases, I forgot to mention last week that while I was in San Francisco, I did pick up this board game called Escape from Alcatraz. It's published by Alarm 22 Board Games. I have no idea who that is. I bought this more of as a joke and to see how bad this game is, but who knows, maybe it will surprise me and it'll actually be fun. That's it for this week in board games, except for the loopy footage of me.
Well, I just got my wisdom teeth out. Good thing I filmed my video this morning, because this would not be very good video. Maybe I can play some board games over the next few days. That'd be cool. I got all 4 of my wisdom teeth out, and I'm gonna go home and play board games all day.
I think you should take a nap.
Maybe I'll sleep all day. I might watch some of The Americans. I apologize for the blood on my teeth. They didn't clean it all up, so I'll have to do that when I get home. Don't show this to your children. This is graphic content for ages 17 and up, just like Secret Hitler. Alright, Allison wants to ask me some questions now. Okay, go ahead.
What was it like being sedated?
Gotta keep them sedated. Da-na-na-na-na-na. No, that's an Offspring song. Oh wait, that's you gotta keep them separated. Okay. What's the next question?
You didn't answer the question.
Oh, what was it like being sedated? Well, the doctor walked in and he said, "What kind of music do you want to listen to?" And I said, "Alternative." And then the first song that came up was Buddy Holly by Weezer. That was good. And then all of a sudden I woke up and he said they were done.
So while the doctor was trying to tell me how Ben should be cleaning his wounds, Ben started telling the doctor that he's going to Weezer on July 31st. And the doctor's like, "Great, okay, let's go back to wound care."
Well, we are on July 31st. Well, okay, because the first song that played was Weezer, so I thought the doc might find it interesting that we're actually going to see Weezer. Subscribe for more board game videos, and I'll see you next time. Bye!